always nice to come out on top in a close game.
Yeah, and offensively, everything seemed to come together for them beautifully. It seemed like everything they tried worked.
And with a multifaceted approach like the one they had, it takes a sophisticated defense to stop it, which was not the case that day.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. The two stars, LeBron and Love. At the 3 and the 4. Irving is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Stoudemire, following the miss by Kevin Love. Stoudemire kicks to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. The baseline J, and it's good. Anthony's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Knicks.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Well, Carmelo Anthony's free agent decision subject to much speculation and hand-wringing in New York over the last season, but in the end, he decided to remain with the Knicks, much to the relief of the hometown faithful.
Now Calderon, following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. Back to Calderon. Smith against Stoudemire. Calderon passes to Hardaway. That ball's nice speed this time from Jose Calderon.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Smith dishes to Irving. Love with the screen on Calderon. Irving kicks to Love. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Stoudemire outside. Anthony left side. James with some nice D.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Smith with it. Now Stoudemire defending. And it's James missing.
Not really the start they wanted. They missed 3 of their first 4 shots from the field.
Calderon passes to Hardaway. Calderon kicks to Anthony. That one goes. Anthony's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far.
James against Anthony. LeBron's shot is good. James has got his first points in this one.
That's his forte. Finding that angle and then aggressively attacking the rim.
LeBron against Anthony. Back to Hardaway. The feed to Calderon. From 17 feet out, Mozgov grabs the board.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Irving drives in, and the shot is good. Irving's got his first points of the night. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, Derek Fisher had a few moments to share with me. He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Thanks, Doris. Here's LeBron after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. They're running. All going up court, and Bargnani throws it down.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. Floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These squads have been lights out this month. Second, the Cavaliers.
I just love the flow with which they've played recently. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Here's Irving. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. He kicks it to Love. And he he stuffs that one home.
Boy, that was right in his grill.
He dealt with pressure like it was nothing at all.
Now, he had a lot of momentum behind him on his way up.
The Knicks leading by 3. Calderon dishes to Stoudemire. Pass to Hardaway. Anthony right side. Anthony right side. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Calderon. Here's the 3. Goes up with it again. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Well, last season, that even though he had hoped guys to remain in Nick, Carmelo Anthony wanted to at least experience free agency. And Steve, something that he's really never gone through.
Well, it's understandable, you know, for a player of his notoriety and his caliber. You know, you might not want to make a move to a new team, but just that feeling of having the choice, I think, is something that a lot of players crave during their careers.
Now, here's LeBron. He had 19 points in the win against Milwaukee.
And his work on the glass, certainly noteworthy, and he contributed in a number of ways.
LeBron with it, covered by Anthony. Here's Love. That one wide left.
And for Carmelo, there was no question the Knicks would offer him a full max contract. A bigger contract than any other team could offer. But given their struggles, it still had to be a tough decision for him.
Well, kind of ironic that Melo said he wanted to experience free agency. You know, if he just waited and signed with the Knicks in July back in 2011, that team would have been left with a lot more assets and players who could have helped him win.
And the first one drops.
Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the 5-time All-Star point guard, was taken with the 24th pick in last year's draft and really proved to be a pleasant surprise for the Knicks.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Marion's checked in. And amongst a rookie class that struggled to make much of an impact last season, Tim Hardaway Jr. probably exceeded expectations more than any other rookie. Wouldn't you say, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I agree. I thought he was terrific. He shot the ball well in every facet, ran the floor in transition, played within himself. Like a lot of Michigan players, you know, he's very skilled. He can dribble, pass, and shoot, and really was a perfect fit with that Knicks team.
Boy, some would like to give Kyrie Irving the injury-prone label. I'm not sure if that's fair. Although in his first 3 seasons, he has yet to stay healthy start to finish.
Free throw, good, Irving. And for Kyrie, you know, he can play all 82, Steve, and put this all to rest, but when he goes to the IR as much as he has, it's a fair question to pose.
Well, that's what he's got to do, Kevin. He's got to put together a season or two where he plays, you know, 75, 80, 82 games. Nothing else will put that label to rest, and it's just a matter of being able to do it. Some of it is luck, and some of it is maybe developing a more sound routine to help his body get through the year.
Well, Steve, right from the start last season, some upheaval for the New York Knicks with the front office shaking.
Yeah, surprising move when you consider that the team was coming off a 54-win season in 2013, and the team's first second-round appearance in over a decade.
Now here's Stoudemire. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Back to Hardaway. To the paint. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending, deflected away.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov.
Keep it going. One more time. Let me hear it for your Knicks.
Hardaway passes to Anthony. Back to Hardaway. Outside Anthony. 5 on the clock. The shot is off. And Cleveland the other way now.
And for the Knicks coaching staff last season, you think about it, guys, it had to be tough. The GM who hired you no longer with the organization. The ownership basically saying championship or bust. And a lot of different pressure coming from different sources in the Knicks situation.
Now Calderon following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. Hardaway kicks to Stoudemire. Anthony on the wing. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Anthony's got 12 in the game.
And with a new front office again this season, the Zen Master, Phil Jackson at the helm, new coaching staff. We'll see if the Knicks can create a stable foundation moving forward.
Irving dishes to Love. Verajao trying to free himself up. Love, no luck. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against Milwaukee.
And you look at the box score from that game, guys, and the first thing you notice is how many turnovers they forced.
Yeah, and one thing the box score doesn't show is just how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. There were a whole bunch of them.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And that one's good.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Kicks to Hardaway. Smith with the block. They get it back. Cavaliers have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Goes back up. And it's laid up and in by Verajao. Verajao's got his first basket of the night.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Anthony drawing the double team. Back to Calderon from 10 feet out. And that one's good. And the Knicks lead by 7.
Looks like he's trying to find a groove in this game. Just hasn't had it dialed in yet.
Irving passes to Marion. Verajao against Bargnani. Verajao setting the pick for Irving. Clock at 6. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, last season viewed as a bit of a hiccup in Kyrie Irving's rise to greatness. His shooting percentages fell, but he actually improved his assist-to-turnover ratio. He's cut his turnover rate every season, as a matter of fact.
And for Irving, some have said he over-dribbles and tries to freelance too much offensively. They'd like to see him become more pass-oriented. Some of that really a function of personnel, but I think he can and will improve as a passer.
You talk about areas for Irving to improve, Clark. Defense certainly part of it.
Yeah, and with LeBron back, I think every player will be held to a higher standard defensively, no question. Kyrie, a player with a lot of responsibility offensively, but to be great, you got to do it at both ends.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Here's Early. Passes it to Galloway. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs, but injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Cleveland ended 10th in the Eastern Conference last year. They got close, but they couldn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, there would be a lot of shocked analysts if they didn't finish near the top of the East this season. All it takes is one good summer, and your team can jump to the top of the East.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
Count that one.
Yeah, defensively, they have to pick up the intensity and close out on shooters.
Steve, you're right. I mean, they're getting picked apart out there, and the intensity on D's got to pick up as well. I mean, you can't have it on cruise control on defense.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. The Knicks making the shot. Dellavedova, that's good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
The Knicks leading by 7. And Prigioni kicks to Anthony. Dishes it to Prigioni. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland.
That's his first personal foul. 14 foul.
Marion with the double team. Shot clock at 5. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
This is a physical brand of basketball we're seeing so far, and they're getting to the foul line.
They've been distributing the ball really well.